It is an age-old scam taking a more sinister turn. A caller claims you have won hundreds of thousands of dollars. In a Contact 5 Investigators exclusive investigation, Katie Legrange shows you how that one call is opening the door to an entire network of lies, deception, and the people behind the pitch are using federal agents to make you a believer.
It's the surprise visit many of us can only dream of.
Oh, my God.
So when Lillian Parker in Delray Beach got a call that she was a $495,000 winner,
immediately sent up the red flag.
Too good to be true.
Well,
or was it?
And I'm thinking, you know, if I did win that money, look at all the people I could help.
And so began Parker's quest to collect her Publishers Clearinghouse prize money. The first step.
Did you want this private or did you want it public?
It was the same question posed to Diane Wegridge of Tequesta when she, too, got a winning call.
He wanted to know if I wanted this anonymously or if I wanted them to come up with the big check and the balloons.
What was then told to both widows might as well have come from the same script.
He told me he was sending a courier up the next day.
He was supposed to send a courier out here the next day between 8 and 10.
But when the couriers never came, the catch to cashing in did.
And he said, I'm sorry, but I had to call the courier back because you have to pay a duty on this package.
I said, is this on the up and up? And he's, oh, absolutely.
And I said, are you sure this isn't a scam?
To convince them even more, the women were provided nearly a dozen different names and numbers to verify this was the real thing.
0791-516-874-202-4055.
One number stood out.
929-8536.
Parker says the number belonged to a man who claimed to be a federal agent from U.S. Customs and Border Protection and was assigned to make sure her cash winnings were hand-delivered.
When they give you these phone numbers and you think, oh, well, you know, okay.
Then Contact 5 called the number ourselves.
Hello, thank you for calling United States Customs and Border Protection.
This tells you right up front, this is a big operation. This is a syndicate. This is somebody that knows what they're doing extremely well and has the staff to support it.
Michael Galvin of the Better Business Bureau knows scams. Con artists, he tells us, have been using Publishers Clearinghouse as a gateway to victims for years. But never before, he says, have they mentioned members of a federal agency.
You know, you're talking about impersonating a federal officer. That's pretty severe.
So what does the real U.S. Customs and Border Protection say about these so-called agents? We brought the recordings here to the Miami Field Operations Center to find out.
You have reached U.S. Customs at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Unfortunately, there is nobody right now to take your call. Please leave a message with your name and phone number. We will call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Wow.
Sidney Aki is the man in charge.
These individuals are impersonating our employees at the U.S. Customs and Border Protection to further their fraudulent scheme and try to take money from unsuspecting citizens. And that's appalling.
Aki also explains the agency has no relationship with Publishers Clearinghouse, and agents here would never contact private citizens about any kind of cash prize.
I'm so mad at myself. I'm madder at myself than I am at them.
The lesson cost Lillian Parker nearly $3,000. Money this 89-year-old had already earmarked.
I was going to finalize my burial expenses.
Until she found herself buried in what she calls someone else's lie.
My grandson says, Grandma, you hang in there. You're an old war horse. You hang in there. Can't afford to bury you yet. Okay.
Publishers Clearinghouse has no affiliation with what we found. In a statement to the Contact 5 investigators, the company states, quote, they are most concerned about these reports and have been working closely with law enforcement both domestically and in Canada to identify these scam artists. And of course, the big lesson here, Kelly, Jim, is do your own research. Don't rely on the phone numbers that they give you. And then always remember, if they ask you for money up front, that's your cue to stop this is likely a scam.
But they're good. I mean, that number,
Yes.
I mean, it sounded official. You can see, I mean, how
Exactly.
people could fall for it. So how are they going to catch up with these guys?
Well, that's the hardest part. I mean,
Yeah.
these are phone numbers. It stops and starts with a
Right.
phone call that can be very difficult to trace. But United States Customs and Border Protection tells us, as a result of this report, what we brought to them, they will be investigating.
No, that is the good news.
Yeah, absolutely. How
All right.
sad.
A
This is
scam
terrible.
is a scam is a scam. Katie, thank you.
Sure.